Hey guys, Kevin here, and what I've got here is my first USB LED light strip. Been looking to get something like this for a while, for my desk, for my television, and for my parents' television. This is it here. This is the one I ordered. I wasn't sure about getting one with the remote control or not, and I decided to just get one without it at first. I'll maybe get one with the remote later. You can buy the remote control later on. The one that I've got here is IP65 waterproof. It's got it's 200 centimeters, I believe, and there's lots of different colors. We'll see that in a second. Now the idea is quite simple. You've got the strip here, right? It's a big roll of strip, and there's like the red tape on the back here that you can pull off, and then you can stick it wherever you want. I can stick it to my desk, I can stick it to the back of my television, and you can see here, this here, you can get this in the shot. That's the connection at the top, right? And then it simply connects into that. That's it. That's all you need to do. And get my shaky hands. Okay, so you'll see some buttons there. If I get it round, it's got, I'm getting the shot. It's got mode. I'm going to zoom in there. I'll zoom in a little bit. Autofocus on this camera is a pain. Right, we've got mode, speed and brightness, and then color. So here we go. Just give you a quick preview of what happens. Bam. That's how funky this looks. So if you had the remote control, you could obviously do this remotely, but I think the different modes just change through whether it cycles through colours or whether it is, it stays stationary in the one colour. So that one, I don't know how many modes. I think there's 5 modes, 5 levels of brightness, I believe. I'll try a different brightness. And you can change the colours. So there's various different colours of each one, different colours of blue, different colours of green and red. I don't know what I'd use. I'll maybe cycle through them all, and then I'll see which one works best when you've got the television on, or which one works best in my room. See, that one's flashing, which I probably wouldn't do. Yeah, I don't like that. That would just get annoying, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's very annoying. That's going to give me a seizure. I don't know how many modes there is. There seems like a lot more than 5. Right, see, that would just annoy the hell out of me. Right, okay, so that looks like it's just a fixed colour. And then you can change the colour using the colour button. If I push it again, so now it's kind of going up and down. Yeah, that's going through the colours now. So I'm going to put this in the back of the television, and we'll see how it looks. Okay guys, you can see I'm down in my living room, and the room is actually quite badly lit just now because a few of the bulbs, see up there, they've been out. I don't know if I've ordered the wrong bulbs, used the wrong, I don't know what's going on. I need to fix that. Anyway, the job at hand, we've got the LED light strip and one of 2 USB ports that I've got at the back. This is the one, I don't know if you can see it. This is for, I think I'm using that for the Fire Stick, and this one is for the LED strip. So I just plugged it in just to really just get just to see that it's working okay. And I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to need. I'll just take this out for a second. Hopefully you can see this under the light. I want to put it around the back, and then when I've got the right length, what I need to do is cut it there just with a pair of scissors, and you want to cut it along this kind of, you can see the line there, right along that black line there between the 2 connections, the orange connections. Well, they're coming up in orange in the video. So that's what I want to do now. I'm going to start applying it, and it looks very simple. All we need to do is take the sticky tape off, and we can put it round the back, and hopefully this thing is going to look good. Right guys, so I'm at the back of my television, and poor organisation on my part, I'm going to have to change what I was going to do. The one I've got, the strip that I've got is 2 meters. It doesn't go all the way around the television, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Because of my TV stand and because of the way that my television has a lot of ports and things like that at the bottom, I would probably need another meter, maybe another 2 meters, to be safe, to run around the bottom, but in the current setup it would be a little bit of a pain to do that anyway. So what I'm going to do is run it up, run it all along, and then run it down. So I'm going to have 3 sides essentially covered. It does give me the option to perhaps extend it later on if I want to, but I think this will be okay. Now, the best way to do this, I'm thinking to do this to get everything even, is I've taken the strip out and I've got them all kind of lined up like this, and then, and if I can get my hand here, I've aligned them all up, and if you go all the way down, after it was about 15 or so, you can see there's a part where here, you can see it in the light, where they kind of line up, and this is a part where, you know, a lot of people will maybe solder it and put in connections, but it means that from this point downwards, then, you know, it's going to be the same distance to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is put these metal parts along and use it as a guide to put one at this side and one at that side. What it means is I can use that as a guide so that when it goes down, it will be even on either side. Essentially what I'm trying to do is, because this is a pain, and the way that this strip is, it's going to make it easy for me to make sure that the strip on the right and left hand side are the same length, so that I don't have it here and then when I get to the other side it doesn't go down longer. So that's what I'm going to do just now. So the first part is done, and I've kind of went back to front in a way, but I think this is the best idea. What I've done is, behind this grill, on the top of the grill, sorry, there was like a line that goes all the way across, and I did notice that from that part there that I was looking at, the connection part, it was exactly to there, and it was the exact same on the other side. So what I've went is, you can see there, that's the other part that matched it. So I've just went from there to there, and I've made it the exact same, and I've just followed the line across. It's sticking to it. You don't have to be too OCD about this. You don't have to be too particular with the way that it's going. And at this side I've got the connection cable, so what I need to do is just figure out the best way to bend this around the corners, and it should hopefully be the exact same size. So now I've got the LED strip on. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's not the most exact as far as dimensions going, but if I turn this off just for a second, hopefully you can see a little bit better. Okay, so in retrospect I probably should have bought 3 meters at least, maybe 4, you know, give me a little bit of leeway, and then I could have put just round the outside of the television. That probably would have given me, you know, it would have made me the whole process a lot simpler, because I could have just followed the outline going all the way down. Because I had only 2 meters, I had to kind of think about what to do. I could have been down and just went all the way around and just made a smaller rectangle, but I thought it'd be good to go down the side. I think what you need to do is kind of work with the layout of your television. Here I've just followed the grill, as you say, I've used 2 similar points. This one's getting pulled here. Ideally what I want to do was follow this groove down the way that I've got it here on the television, because I've got that on both sides. I couldn't do that because down here I've got ports, so I'd have to have come down here and then kind of out and down or go under. So I've just put it out a little bit further, and then I used this kind of point as a reference. I thought, okay, this is just below that reference point, the little kind of port, the little hole there, and I've kind of tried to follow it that side. It's not 100% exact, but when the LED lights are on, you don't notice you know, the little differences like that, whether it's aligned 100%. At the end of the day, you don't have to be too precious about this, because it is going to be at the back of the television, it's not going to be in sight, and the actual look of it all isn't going to be too bad. What I would say, however, though, is that, you know, because when you get the tape out, it is very sticky, and you do need to stick it down fairly quickly, and then, you know, you can take it off and try and adjust it a little bit, but it does get a little bit kind of fidgety once you've got the red tape off. But I think it looks okay, and let's see what it looks like from the front. So this is the finished effect. I've got the lights off and I've got the colours changing. You can see the glow that's emitting from the back of the television. And remember, I've put strips on the left hand side, up along the top, and then down the right hand side. There's no strip along the bottom, but you know, from here you can't actually tell that that is the case. You know, the way that the LED lights are working, you can still see a glow from the bottom of the television. So I don't think that me ordering the shorter length has proved to be a problem in this situation. Just put the light on there and get a little bit of light for you guys. Now, I think overall this is a very cheap thing to buy. It's a very simple thing to apply. A little bit kind of particular at times because you want to get it all right with this, with the stickiness. You want to make sure you get it all aligned properly. But at the same time, I honestly think that if I had to just put this all slanty and put it all wavy around the way and didn't have it aligned properly, I suspect the effect would be much the same. I don't think the actual LED effect from the lighting is going to be too bad. You don't have to bring out your measuring tape or your set square. Just try and align things as best you can and kind of wing it that way. I think that's the best way to do it. Now I said at the start, I don't have a remote control. And that's something that after buying I thought, well, maybe I should have bought one. But maybe I would change my mind if I do get a remote control next time. But at this point I don't think it's something that I'm missing. If you look down here, I've got the controls just down here at the kind of bottom left hand side of my television around the back, and I think if I had the remote control it would probably end up being nothing more than a party piece, so that when someone comes in and go, oh, that's a nice effect on the television, I can bring out my very cheap Chinese remote control and just go, look, there's orange, there's red, there's green, there's the different modes, and I can show them how it works. But after showing someone how it works, I don't see myself really ever using it again. What I was looking for was something that plugs into my television and it's just going to stay there. When the television is off, it's off. When the television is switched on, I want the light to come on and just stay on. And that's the effect that I've got. I'm going to play around with it and maybe just use it for a while. I've got the lights coming on and off, but maybe in time I'll just, instead of using the colours that flashes all the time, maybe I'll change it and I'll just keep it as white or keep it as blue or keep it as green. I'll find out what colours work the best for me in my room. But I'm fairly pleased with it. It is a very easy thing to set up, and I will be buying more for my desk, for my monitor, that kind of area. And people are using it in a lot of different ways. They're using it in their kitchens, they're using it in their cabinets. You can display the LED lights for people to see, but I think they work better when they're kind of just hidden, when they're behind something like a television, when they're under a desk, when they're inside a cabinet. That's when you get the glowing effect and it looks a little bit better. When the light is being shown and you can't actually see the LED lights, that's how I would do it. But you can, if you want, just put the lights along and put them on like that if you want. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this tutorial useful. I know I spent a little bit of time showing you how I placed it all around, but for me that was something that I was looking for when I was applying the LED lights. I wanted to show you guys kind of how I applied it. Everyone seems to be applying these LED lights in different ways. Some people are just sticking it on, other people are using connectors, and I just wanted to show you guys how I did it. Maybe you can use it as a reference, I'm not sure. But I'm not an expert on this, far from it, but if you get any questions, please do ask them below and I'll do my best to answer them. At the very least, I'll try and point you guys in the right direction. And if I get more lights in the future, I'll maybe do another video. I'll perhaps show you how I've got it set up on my desk, my monitor and that kind of thing. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take care.